on this isometric grid, up close you can actually see, just by me tracing over this, and since it's small, it's almost like a pixel grid. That's the actual cube, an isometric cube. Each of these angles for mathematical purposes are 30 degrees from here and this side. This is just the vertical. So just on a small scale, it's just shading that in using a value scale and a light source of 6-tone value scale. So if I back this up and take a look and just kind of getting an idea of the space, trying to keep it up at the top here, and this is in the top corner just to give you an idea, and just coming down 3 of these, 3 spaces vertical, and it makes it much easier just to lay that out, and then keeping it somewhat symmetrical as you go across. So it gives you a little bit of a variety. Now you can see that it's just gone from this small 1 cube up to 3 cubes, kind of in proportion to 3 times its size. Okay, and then the idea is to then take a light source from here and see if you can shade this part in. So from this part that's in pen and ink, you can see that it has the definition of items going from dark to light as they get varied in there. The top part is the lightest part. The highlight is on this edge, this value scale to the side. So it's giving you a little bit alongside the cast shadow. So if you line this up, right now I'm just lightly shading this part in. That's going to be the dark side. If I go with the direction of this tone, it's doing the same section. That's going to be the second lightest. And the top part, it has a little bit of light and darkness against the background. So I'm just going to feather it and fade it in from here across. So these both, the left and the right hand side, I've just gone over once with the pencil, and now I'm just going to, on the dark side, just hit it again. And what you're trying to do is find that edge. That's where the most contrast is going to be. And as this comes through, the light source is going to reflect and give you a little bit of a reflected light all the way through this section. This paper is a slight texture to it, so it's kind of nice. It gives you a little bit of light permeating through the section there. At the bottom where this is going to touch, it'll be a little heavier line. And same here, this is going to be a gradient fading down from that direction. So as a value scale, that is pretty much a high key, meaning it's a pretty light value section, and now you're trying to slowly darken it as it goes through in the pieces that you start to add into it. But just make it no bigger than three spots up there, 3 squares. And just obviously the more you push on it, darker it's going to get. That's what you're trying to accomplish here. And this is the idea of this 6-tone value scale. Here you have the overall sketch. And it's trying to form a gradient from dark to light, and the darkest part is going to be on the edge. Here it's on the right-hand side, just lightening it up at the base, but just treating it dark right to that edge. And then for the lightest part, just going to the top and creating that part. And again, the darkest value will be the darkest part of your medium, in this case the lead itself. Filling that down. And the part that has this indication of the cast shadow, for starters, just give it a slight direction. You can keep it the same piece and just follow that edge. Mine's going to go just a little bit into the margin of the paper, but just make it straight across. And just follow that angle. So, and this is going also from a dark to a light, very transparent. Right there. So there you have it. It's an isometric box. This is very similar to the perspective, just gives an equal measurement from every angle using a 30-degree triangle there. And again, just that edge will be the darkest. This one's going to be the darkest. So the one on the left is done in pen. The one you're doing is just in pencil right on the right.